Hello, here's my vlog for this 18th of August 2021 on a Tuesday. I just drank 3 shooters of tequila. I should go and get another one. I should have bought another one. Dang it. Um, I wasn't carded in either place. Oops, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Um, didn't accomplish much today. I did do my vlog earlier today on my whatchamacallit, on my studio, but the sound didn't come through. I don't know. Um, I was working on stuff, just trying to back things up. I have a lifting page. The thing that I did with my bike racer levels, I'm trying to do it with lifting. Create categories and stuff and levels. I'm trying to create a replacement for school, like a point system for mind and body. So I need to back up. I have a whole lot of stuff on my computer I needed to back up, but it's going really slowly. My computer works really slowly with this. I don't know if it's the hard drive's problem or my computer's problem. Anyway, so yesterday I did a lot. I did some more things with my studio. Like it got hot. When I did my vlog, I was sweating, and it turned out that it was. And I blamed it on coffee overdose, but it actually was really hot in there. It was so hot that my computer shut down. It was too hot for my computer to deal with. So then I found one of my computer coolers that I had. I was using them to hold the computer up on a table. When I watch movies, I can work on the computer while I watch the movie, or watch the movie on the computer while I work on the computer and or on my TV. But now I use it for cooling, and I happen to have a cable, a USB cable that can charge it from the charger and not work off the computer, and so things just spinning around constantly. And that helped my computer. And then all of a sudden, my computer, it had 200 gigabytes of free space, and then it only had 3 gigabytes. And I don't know why. I should study how that cloud stuff works, but maybe it's because my cloud, 2 terabytes of cloud that I bought expired, and then I didn't renew it, and then I decided to renew it, so then it put it all back on my computer. I don't know. I need to study that stuff. But so my computer didn't work, so I had to, because I only had 3 gigabytes, so I had to like free space on there. And then yesterday I had to do a bunch of batch editing because I realized my video yesterday only didn't have the 1920 by 1080 photos. That's why it was clipped. So I batch edited. I had to relearn how to do that. And then I tried to do it again today and it didn't work. And so I was trying to do it and I'm like, what the hell's wrong? And I watched the tutorial again, and so I was like, I decided to just redo it, just delete the whole action that I made, and then rebuild it from scratch, and that seemed to work. So then I decided to do it again because maybe if you do it twice it doesn't work. So I did it again, and it worked. So it worked this time. I don't know why it didn't work, but yeah, because I want to get in the habit of every single day when I do a vlog, I have 20 videos to do my vlog with. But you have to take the 20 photos, like with my phone or whatever, screen capture my phone, and then I have to send it through batch edit on Photoshop to get them to 1930 by 1080 for my streamer. And yeah, so maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I tried to do my video, and I saw the video, but there was no sound. I don't know why. I found out that my phone is now connected to my Rodecaster, my mixer. And so I can, like, when I was playing stuff on my phone, I could hear it from my mixer. The earphones connected to my mixer. And so I called Kirsten to see if I could record that, but that didn't record, so I'll try that tomorrow. So yeah, yesterday I was fooling with stuff actually screwing around until 3 in the morning. And because my room was all covered with all the green screen, I couldn't see the sunlight, so I didn't wake up until 11. Had this dream, and I already told about the dream, but it didn't get recorded. That I was here in my apartment, and I was walking around, and I went downstairs to some downstairs area, like it was a subway. Next thing I know, I'm in this huge underground, like, super mall. And I'm walking around it, and then I pop up, and I didn't even know where I was, and I had to ask people how to get back to my neighborhood, and I'm walking back, and then I found myself in some other, like a bar, and there was somebody I knew who was there, and so we were having drinks over there, and I think he was giving me free drinks and hanging out with a couple of people, and yeah, so that's all I remember now. And yeah, so then my mom came over and we upholstered those 3 chairs. Huh, it doesn't zoom. Why is it not zooming? Anyway, we upholstered those 3 chairs to make them the same color as the couch, so that was cool. That took a while though, because we put extra cushioning in there. I still have to attach the seat to the chair. So tomorrow I'm going to, clean my apartment and take a bunch of photos and send them off to Kirsten to write and place my ad in all the different places and get a roommate. Once I get a roommate, that'll give me a sense of huge relief. I don't have the money now. I'll have to wait a few months, but there's one more thing I'd love to buy. On Amazon, they have these green rugs, and they're the same color as green screen. So I can just cover my whole floor with green rug, and I can have green screen there to create have complete control over my studio and my house and my room. I can row on my rower, and I can put a green screen of an ocean under it and stuff. So yeah, then I was trying to work today, but I passed out. I don't know why. I'm just sleeping. So I'm on day 28 of because it's the 18th. I'm at 28 days sober from weed. I did drink 3 tequilas here, so because I was stressed for not making progress on my website. I got stressed out, so I wanted to drink. Kirsten warned me against drinking though today because she says I'll become pre-diabetic and then die early, but I do need to start exercising soon, but I want to figure out what's going on with my studio. So maybe after this video, I will, I'll go and, I think I'm going to go and study more of my studio, figure more out, get my head wrapped around all of it. It's like learning a language. I don't have it figured out yet. I think making really good videos off of a studio with Rodecaster and your mixer and your ATEM Mini Extreme switcher and the Hyperdeck and the computer with the graphics and all that kind of stuff, like high-end graphics. I think that's really similar to an IQ test. It's basically the same thing as an IQ test. If you can hammer that stuff out and kick ass with that, you have an high IQ. Deciding whether or not a high IQ is the same thing as intelligence or whatever is another story. But the way that they design IQ tests, it's basically transferable almost exactly to figuring out a damn studio. So if I can figure this studio out, and get it all figured out with all of the different things and pop in everything on my own, I must have a high IQ. If I can't, I don't have a high IQ. That's about how I see it. I'm not the best at figuring this stuff out quickly, so I don't know if I have the highest of IQs, but like today when I was having problems with the batch edit with Photoshop, I should have just rebuilt it from the scratch at the beginning and not scratch my head. I saw this red thing. I don't know why. There was this red over the thing, and I programmed it right. Maybe it was a problem with Photoshop. It could have been just the program's problem. So whenever you run into inexplicable problems and it's just not working, just delete everything and start from the beginning. That's the best way to do it. I didn't accomplish much today. Yesterday was a pretty good day, but today we did the upholstery, and I hung out with my mom and we cooked and we had a meal, and Yeah. Um, so maybe I'll get another drink. I don't want to spend too much money is the problem. But I found out, like, the two liquor stores near here, they charge different prices. I got a little shooter of tequila for $2 at Willow Springs. Is that what it's called, Willow Springs? One of them next to Safeway. But then they're only $1.69 over at the other one. I think it's called Willow Springs. So I need to go over there. They're cheaper over there than over there. But yeah, I wanted to get drunk because I can't smoke weed. I'm not a stoner anymore. Even though when I listen to stony songs, I'm thinking, oh, wouldn't that be cool to get stoned? No, it would not be cool to get stoned. It'll be cool at the moment, listen to music and chill out. But now I'm stoner again, and it screws up my blood sugar. So, and it makes me yawn all the time. My theory is that as soon as I start exercising again, I won't yawn as much, and of course, and I'll look younger in the face. I'll get the fat roll down because I weigh 193 pounds, but it's all blubber. So, I, but yeah, so I guess on the 20th, day after tomorrow, will be 1 month that I'll be officially sober. I saw a video talking about what brain does to your weed does to your brain over long periods of time, and I definitely did that. If you could do something to your brain from weed, I definitely did it because since 2014 I was high constantly the entire time. I was high because it's legal. You can get it whenever you want. I was smoking all day long since 2014. Not a single second not stoned. And so they say that your decision making part of your brain gets atrophied. But wherever your brain gets atrophied, other parts of your brain get jacked up, get extra strong, because the brain, I heard, don't quote me on this, but I think it takes like 20% of your calories of your body. The human brain takes a lot of energy. That's why chimpanzees are so damn strong, because they have little brains. So all the extra energy can go to their muscles. And that's why the aliens with the big heads, have such little bodies. You know, they just take so much energy, and that's why blind people can smell really well and hear really well, because the sight part of your brain takes up like 60% of your brain. Andrew Huberman said, I can't remember the exact, but it's like a lot. It's crazy a lot. Like 60% of your brain power is taken up by sight. So if you become blind, boom, you get 60% stronger brain for everything else. So yeah, so if you smoke weed all the time, it kills the frontal lobe of your brain for decision making. And for me, yeah, it made me make really bad decisions. I owed only $9,000 on my time trial bike, and I could have sold my car, but I was so out of it from being high all the time, I just put it off. And for some reason, my mom didn't step up. She should have, because she knew what was going on, and she's not a stoner, but she didn't. And then she waited until one day I got tacked with $5,000 of interest overnight. And then it was $1,300 just in interest every month. So then I sold my car. I should have sold it for much less just to get in before. But that was from being a stoner. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, whatever, must continue. But, yeah, and if I was like thinking how I am now, I'd be like, of course you do that. You know, of course. But the part of your brain that gets extra superpowered is the imagination part, and being high all the time, I don't know if I had better imagination, but I locked on to the imagination. I had all kinds of ideas and I jumped for them. So if there's a bunch of projects that I'm like 60, 70, 80, 90%, 95, 99% through with, that I got started. So the only thing I have to do now is to finish the stuff that I started. So that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to back up stuff, and then wrap my head around my studio, and my memory is better now, a lot better. So and also, which means that I can retain what I learned. It's a lot of stuff that you have to remember, and also I can my blood sugar's better off now. So I'm a better athlete. So yeah, I'm gonna start to exercise more. If I want to become like a world-class athlete, I need to be training like 12 hours a day. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it, especially at my age, 47 and a half. There's no way in hell I'm going to do that. I'm going to become a world-class athlete, maybe in my age group, but no way world-class athlete off of 3 hours a day. There's no way in hell. The only way I could do that, and I think it's possible, but I would need 12 hours a day for that. But I have a theory that I can do 12 hours a day if I figure out my studio, but I have to do the studio. So hopefully I can figure that out and get come together with a plan. I showed my vlog from yesterday where I had the green screen and everything to my mom yesterday, and she said, "Why are you sharing so much?" She's 79, almost 80. "Why are you sharing so much? You're just sharing so much." And I go, it's the template. I'm motivated by the template. I want to share people the template. I want to show people how I do it because then they can do it how I do it. Because it took me a long time to figure out how I want to set up my studio, but also my website and everything. So if I can share how I do everything, then it makes it quicker for people. And there's 7 billion people in the world, so obviously there's got to be somebody who thinks like me. That just shortens the time exponentially of somebody else to do it the same way that I do it. So that, like, if somebody's lives with their parents in the attic or something, or in some tiny little room, they don't have to use space as a constraint. They just make a studio like my studio, and then they use no space at all. You can live in a closet and do what I do. And so that's why. And that's what keeps me motivated too. Like, if you want to be an athlete, it's all about motivation. It's all in the mind. 99.9999999999999999999% of it is in the mind. It's all the mind. But the question is, how do you get your mind into it? And for me, my mind is, if I'm doing it where I'm helping other people, then I can stay focused on myself, because I'm not a psychopath or a sociopath. I'm an empathetic person. So that's why I could not, even if unless you give me like $1 gazillion, but that wouldn't even work. It would work for maybe like a week, and then I wouldn't be happy, and I'd be like, what's wrong here? So yeah, the only way that I can motivate to help myself is if I'm doing it in a way where what I'm doing helps everybody else. And so that's why I have to perfect my studio on my website before I can focus on myself. But I don't care. I mean, 47 and a half, I could be 67 and a half. But if I have my shit together, I could be a stronger 67 and a half year old than like almost everybody in the whole world, including pros who are 25. That's the way I see it. So that's why I'm at an 11, category 11 on trying to do my studio. So yeah, after this video, I'm going to go and there's a lot that I have to do. I have to figure out the sound, but right now I'm going to do picture-in-picture and green screens and stuff, and plug up the green screens until I get groggy, and then I'll fall asleep. But I'm not going to be a slave. I shouldn't be a slave to the daylight now, because I sleep during the day anyway. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. That's why I was drinking. I was a little bit frustrated about not accomplishing much today. But if it seems like I'm not accomplishing much, and I'm learning this stuff slowly. I'm not the greatest. I'm not the greatest at learning this stuff quickly. But also, I don't take breaks. So, me being me, I guess if my body has to sleep all day long, that's my brain's way of taking a break. I mean, there was no explanation to why I had to sleep today. I was sleeping, because I slept last night, but it could have something to do with detoxing from the weed. Anyways, let's keep this under 20 minutes. Tomorrow I'll try to figure out more. Oh, my video today was really good. The one that I recorded, there was no sound. I had my head taking over the whole thing because I figured out the whole, green screen, and just for one camera, not the others though. Anyways, keep it under 20 minutes. Talk to you tomorrow.